Alright. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All honor, praise, and glory be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Wahakudash Wakah, Kal Kabah, Halal, Wahadar Allah, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahakudash Wakah. Saying that same phrase in the Hebrew, peace and blessings to the brothers teaching this truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth where we have been scattered to due to the breaching of the covenant, the breaking of the covenant, aka the contract made by our forefathers with the Most High, the creator of heaven and earth, who people call God, Yahweh. Peace and blessings to you, rest you believers out there of the Israelite nation, which consists of the so-called blacks, aka Negroes, and so-called Latinos and Native American Indians. You know, you women and children and friends of the prophets. Peace and blessings. Shalom wa barakim. You know, proving that faith by your works. And to any of you newcomers out there, we do profess ourselves and proclaim ourselves to be the biblical Israelites. So this is just a quick, some quick edification by the Spirit. Something key this brother said, man. This brother Yaramiah from the GMS Chicago camp. He said pretty much how he started off the lesson. He was going into what his strengths was, and that's something I tend to, you know, pay attention to and focus on based off how my mind works, which is, you know, allude to the whole point, and that's finding out how yours work, you know, how your spirit work. And that's alluding to something key he actually said was pretty much going into you he understand his strengths for the most part, and that's he said exhortation. You know, some brothers is more geared towards this, some brothers is more equipped in multiple aspects. You know, they tend to go into more of the history, going more to this or that, whatever it may be, you know. But he tend to, I guess, notice what you're supposed to do, because that's a part of being in this truth, you know. So I'm gonna start with that. This is I'm gonna have to get up in a second. This phone doesn't die. But let me start with this though. This is let me see. I forgot what I was about to get. Oh yeah, Con. Bear with me 1 second. And I ain't put anything together on this. It's just something I'm doing by the Spirit, you know. So as I said, bear with me. This is 2 Corinthians 13:5. Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Prove your own selves. So you got to examine yourself, you know, because if you're not examining yourself, how are you going to be able to take notice of anything or get notice of anything or know about anything? Whether you be in the faith, you know, you might, if you ain't examining yourself, you might not even know if you really keeping the faith or not, you know, stopping, analyzing, reflecting, stuff like that, noticing certain things, you know, paying attention to your videos, or you hit the highways and byways, brothers' responses to you, you know, you try to make a point, is it conveyed, you know what I'm saying? Are you conveying? You won't know that if you're not examining yourself, you know? They say, prove your own selves. So you gotta put things to the test. You gotta find out if you're really about what you say, what you think you're about. You know, like him. If he wasn't exhorting, he'll know by, even if no one comments on the video, he'll know by, you know, if he deal with brothers in the physical, right? That if they're pretty much been exhorted, and exhortation means to strengthen, man. You know, it's like a pep talk, if you will. That's what they call it in the world, but it's much more highly concentrated, you know, a higher concentrated force. You know, that energy, that spirit. You know, that taking it, that shield and buckler, man. The field, the shield, the buckler. It's buckling you back in. That's what exhortation is for, man. Lifting you up when you lowly. He'll know if he truly if he has that by whether or not a brother's response, as it say, by a countenance. You know a man by his countenance. Let me get that real quick. Isaiah 2. You know, you can read a person, you can understand where a person is at based off their countenance. What should tell us in Isaiah 2 or 3 and 9. It say the shoe of their countenance doth witness against them. You see? So that's how you can know, based off how a brother responds. You know? Let me go ahead and finish that. It says, doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom, and they hide it not, because it's clearly on them. You know? So you can use this in the sense of just picking up on anything. It says, woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves, you know. But the point of the matter is, a person sure their countenance witness against them. But that's pretty much good, you know. So you could know a man by, you know, how he dress, you know, how just. But the whole point of the matter is, this brother would know if he's exhorting or not based off the response he's getting. You know, and you don't have to have all the time hear words. You know, if a person's actions change, that's a shoe of the countenance right there. You know, so that's pretty much it on that. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know how I can't find that one. So it's the same thing with you. So he's able to find out whether or not he's exhorted, right? So you gotta be able to do the same thing. Salaki. Get this charger. So he's done that. He's proved himself to where he can come back now and be like, his videos tend to be more exhorting because he sees the response he's getting. You know, he see how his videos make him feel, and then he studied enough to know what's what according to the scriptures, because that's a real office in this truth to exhort. You know, Sirach 19 and 30. Yeah, a man may, I'm gonna start at 29. It say a man may be known by his look, you see, and one that have understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. So what is you conveying? Did you get your point through? So that's how he's able to come back now and be like, his videos tend to be more exhorting because he's done what? He's proved himself. As the scriptures advise, you know, told us. 2 Corinthians 13 and 5, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own self. So he's put it to the test. Know ye not your own selves? You're supposed to know yourself, man. How that Yahushua Hamashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. You know? Except ye be reprobates. So he's in you, man. You're in this truth. So now you just have to put yourself to the test and find out who it is you are. What it is that's your strength. You know, and this is something I really want to go into a little bit deeper because it's real. You know, this is I'm gonna start at this 1 Corinthians 14 and 12. Even so, for as much as ye are zealous of spiritual gifts, seek that ye may excel to the edifying of the church. You know, so long as you're able to improve somebody, because that's what the word edifying is going into, which I'm gonna get my dictionary real quick. you know, because you want to be efficient. It's like how I was going to say by the Spirit. I've been going to this dictionary a lot, and because it's been holding me up, because it's been proven now. This is edify. It say to instruct, to encourage, moral or spiritual improvement, build. You build people up by admonishment, exhortation. The prophecies, teaching people the history, etc. Man, just by helping, being a helper. Being a healer. Because there's certain herbs someone can get into that help decalcify your pineal gland, man, to where a person can think. You just have to find out where your strength is and what really hits home. But you really want to play on all your strengths, because the Lord, whatever talents He gave, those spiritual gifts, there's not the knowledge, wisdom that you're able to pretty much bring out through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, or that's of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah. That's what you want to be doing, man. You don't want to be sitting on anything, And if it don't work, that probably ain't your thing, man. If it's not edifying, it shouldn't even come out, to be honest, because we're supposed to be building a body, man. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. That's just something I wanted brothers to hear. I'm gonna go ahead and play it.
Call Elohim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash, devil honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect. The Akim out there that's spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth, and present their bodies as a living sacrifice as the scripture teach us to do. Alright, shalom to the very few sisters that's left hanging in there as well. Alright, and listening and obeying their husbands. I'm the brother Yarmaya from the Great Millstone Chicago camp, basically coming into you with another lesson. This lesson is concerning the process that we're going through. I always kind of tag on it here and there because my videos are more geared to an exhortation. Some brothers go into the history, some brothers go into the breakdowns, the Hebrews, and we all equipped on a certain level, to deal with all of them, because the Lord tells us, to present our bodies as a living sacrifice, and that a man of the Lord must be apt to teach the truth. But some levels higher than another. My videos are more geared to an exhortation,
So that's that, man. It ain't nothing too drawn out about it. So that's what you want to pay attention to. You want to see what your strengths, Salakia. As I said, there's nothing, get drawn out about it. You just want to pay attention to, examine, and see where your strengths, where you're geared to, as the brother said, man. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna come back, Lord willing. I could do more. Lessons going into this. I got a few really lined up. Lord willing, could be edifying, and then I'll expound more. And maybe I can give my own examination of, or results of, me examining myself or something like that. Because it's all to be edifying, man. If you're not edifying, like what are you doing, man? If you're not edifying the body, what are you doing? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, 37, and I'm gonna grab this 28. 37 and 28. And I'm gonna close out. This is Sirach 37 and 28. It says, "My son, prove thy soul." So once again, in thy life, while you're alive, find out what it's about, who you are, man. Especially with having the truth now. You're an Israelite now. Find out what the Lord, set you up to be. And take it. Take honor in it, man. Whatever it may be. My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. For all things are not profitable for all men, Neither hath every soul pleasure in everything. You know, so Lord willing, this has been edifying. We give honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Shalom. Wahakadash Wakah. Shalom.